Good everyone. Welcome to the Board of Commissioners regularly scheduled meeting, this July 22nd. It is now 12:02 p.m. here at GHURA's main office, in the conference room in Sinahanya. And let us begin with roll call. Vice Chair Sanchez. Present. Thank you. Commissioner Delia.
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Rice.
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Torres.
Present.
Thank you very much. And Commissioner Torres, Corpus.
Present.
Yep. Good to see you. Thank you very much. We have a quorum. So we'll proceed on to item number 2, board meeting public announcements, which is located in your packets. The first one, which is July 14th. And then the second printing on July 20th. And everything looks in order. So those are there. We are moving on to item number 3, approval of previous board minutes from July 8th. 2025, that's located in the packet.
Chairman, if I may. On page 8,
Okay.
we discussed the community, our 2025 community development block grant for that recovery overseas participation plan.
Right.
I had asked if the new bill that was passed in the law will affect it, and was told no.
Right.
That question is not on the minute.
Okay. So noted. You're referencing the budget bill passed by.
Yes, I am.
Right.
A big beautiful bill went into law. That's the name.
Right.
Okay, beautiful bill.
And the response was the no impact, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I noted. Thank you very much. Okay. Anything else? There's nothing else, we'll get motion.
Subject to Commissioner Fox's inquiry on whether the vehicle bill will have a impact on CDP participation plan.
Right. Okay.
And the answer was
And the answer was. Okay. We have a motion on the floor, may I get a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Focus, for the second. Any further discussion? Hearing seen none, I call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Motion passes unanimously. Minutes approved. Moving on to item number 4, new business, intent to award, IP GHURA 25-011, rehabilitation of 16 housing corp units at Lada Dedito Guam. Madam Executive Director, floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman John. Intent of award, IFB GHURA -25-011, rehabilitation of 16 Guam Housing Corporation units at Lada Dedito Guam. Bid opening for the subject project was held on June 27, 2025 at 2:00 p.m. A total of 14 bidders registered for the bid and were given bid specifications, of which 3 submitted a bid. Listed below are the results of the bid submissions, which were opened and read out aloud publicly. Vendor number 1 was Genesis Tech Corporation, with a bid bond of 15% of the total bid amount. And this project is 210 consecutive calendar days. They were awarded base bid number 1 at $375,000. Correction on the placement of there needs to be another 0, if I'm not mistaken, on that 375,000. Base bid number 2 was for $322,500, and base bid number 3 was for $332,500, for a total of $1,030,000. Vendor number 2 was OH Construction, with a bid bond of 15% of the total bid amount. Base bid number 1 was $415,000. Base bid number 2 was for $375,000. And base bid number 3 was for $405,000, for a total bid amount of $1,195,000. Vendor number 3 was Trident Corporation, with a base bid, with a bid bond of 15% of the total bid amount. Base bid number 1 was at $991,096.01. Base bid number 2 was at $875,095.40. And base bid number 3 was at $1,071,749.83, for a total bid amount of $2,937,941.24. The government estimate was at $1,356,775.20. A breakdown is required for each item description, and they are noted below in the pages that follow, from pages 2 of 9 to page 3 of 9. And to summarize the bidding, the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, GHURA's mission is to provide affordable, decent, safe, and sanitary housing through the maintenance of our existing units to ensure that the facilities owned and managed by GHURA are safe and appealing to the residents. The Guam Housing Corporation, GHC, is collaborating with GHURA on the construction and renovation of 16 housing units located at Lada Gardens, Phase 2, Dedito. GHURA will manage the procurement of contractors and any other services required for the completion of the project. The Architecture and Engineering A&E Division will provide the full technical support, including but not limited to project design and layout, scope of work, development, and timeline preparation. The A&E Division will also oversee the project through to its completion. In review of the bid result, Genesis Tech Corporation provided the lowest responsive and responsible bid. After further clarification, the committee members determined to proceed with the award of the project to Genesis Tech Corporation in the amount of $1,030,000 for bid items number 1, 2, and 3. The following project timeline is 210 consecutive calendar days with no option periods and not to exceed the amount of $1,030,000. And if you have any questions, our procurement, Mr. Tony is there. I can't see the rest of the people that are in the boardroom. I'm not sure if Sunny is there.
I'm here, Madam Director.
Thank you, Sunny.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioners, do you have any questions? Go ahead, Commissioner.
This is Lada,
Yes,
there was a first phase, right, before?
Yes, sir, there was a first phase. If I may, I can make a quick presentation to the
Yeah,
commissioners.
Go ahead,
All
Senator.
right, okay, good morning or good afternoon, commissioners, and happy Liberation Day.
Yeah.
Happy belated Liberation Day. First, I'd like to recognize, you do have a couple of Guam Housing representatives here. You have President Edith Pangilinan, who's in attendance, and Miss Patty Kier, who's I think she's a PC3, right, Patty? Anyway,
Special
yeah.
assistant.
Yeah, she's one of the Guam Housing, and of course, GHC Brian, he's the maintenance guy, and I think those are the folks that are in attendance for today. Guam Housing reached out to Director Liz. President Edith reached out to Director Liz about a year and a half to almost 2 years ago, because they had some federal funds that were expiring, and they wanted to do some kind of interagency partnership so that we can help them renovate, rehabilitate, basically a mod, help them mod out their facilities up in Lada, sir. They were having a hard time. There was a phase 1 that was, I guess it was met with some issues. There were some problems to it. And they asked us, GHURA, say, hey, can you help us out? We have these funds. We'd like to mod out or rehabilitate these facilities of ours. Please help us out because we're having problems. And so about a year and a half later, this is where we're at, right? President Edith?
Yes. Yes, you're correct.
And so there was a collaboration with procurement, with A&E, and of course, Director Liz herself, just to say, yes, we know there's a housing shortage and we need to pull our forces together so that we can help out the community. So to answer your question, Commissioner, yes, this is over at Lada up in Dededo, sir. 16 units.
So these are already in existence, the units?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These are for rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So we went through the whole procurement. A&E went there, did the assessment, prepared the scopes of work, just like what we would do with a mod or GHURA housing. And we presented it to Guam Housing, saying, hey, these are the things that we believe will be needed so that it can meet GHURA standards, right? President Edith, this is for GHURA also, I'm sorry, you're also expecting to use these finished houses for GHURA, potential GHURA tenants?
Yes, sir. You're correct.
So it's a shared effort, sir. It's not just, oh, we're doing this for Guam Housing tenants. No, it's also possible for GHURA tenants to buy and live there as well. Okay.
If I may, Sunny.
Yes, ma'am.
If I may also add, so, we do have a very good A&E department, and other government agencies are aware of that. And sometimes in the interest of time and also timely expenditure of whatever funding is available, they reach out to ask if our A&E department can assist with what needs to be done. And so, of course, we do end up having a memorandum of agreement with the other agency, and we make sure we're following all the procurement, processes, et cetera, so that, we can assist other agencies. And Amy, this is not the only project they're assisting with another agency, but we will discuss the other agencies that they're also helping out with at a later time. Thank you.
And added to that, Mr. Commissioner, is our hours are paid for by Guam Housing. So, you know, we do have non-GHURA hours, and so we give them a budget for our hours that will be spent for this particular project. There is a memorandum of agreement, and there's also a purchase order for our hours.
Yep.
So there's no mixing or, you know, confusion about who's going to be paying for what, or is HUD paying for our hours that we're working on non-HUD projects. No, that's all been squared away before this. Okay.
Thanks, Dan.
And you're welcome. You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay. I hear no other questions. I think this is a good one. First of all, I just want to say, right, President Edith, Patty, Brian, online, thank you so much for the collaboration. I think these are great testaments of the things that we can do together. And as you kind of mentioned, right, there is a shortage, and for sure, we don't get to the solution by ourselves. So, all right, thank you for reaching out, and Executive Director Liz and Sunny, you know, please thank your groups for always so engaging, right? I know your plates are full, but regardless, it's always about the mission. And so, thank you for all the work. If there's no other discussion, make it a motion.
Make a motion to, of the intent of award of ISD GHURA -25-011 rehabilitation of 16 Guam Housing Corporation units at Lada de Guam to proceed for the project awarded to Genesis Tech Corporation and the amount of $1,030,000 for bid items numbers 1, 2, and 3. The project timeline is 210 consecutive calendar days with no option period and not to exceed the amount of $1,030,000.
Thank you, Commissioner Torres. I have a motion on the floor. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Aguirre, for the second. Any further discussion?
Well done.
All right. All right.
Thank
Hearing
you.
and seeing none, call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Thank
1,
you.
2, 4, 5. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Motion passes unanimously. I apologize. This was too easy. If you like more discussion, we'd be happy to oblige. But in all seriousness, thank you, Madam President, for all your work. And if we can collaborate more, definitely love to see that. Right.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you very much. Okay. Moving on to item number 2, intent to award ISB GHURA -25-008 typhoon shutters for AB3. Madam Executive Director, floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman. My apologies, but we're going to have to table this agenda item because evaluations are still ongoing for this project. So if we can please table it at this time.
Okay, so noted. Thank you very much. So we'll take tabling item number 2. Moving on to section number 5, old business. Intent to award IFB GHURA -25-004 security guard and roving services.
Thank you again. And my apologies, but at this time, I'm announcing that we are canceling this intent of award due to needing to revisit the budget constraints and rebid it in the future. So this item number is canceled altogether.
Okay, so noted. Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 2 of old business. The equitable adjustment number 1, GHURA -24-11, the rehabilitation of Ganya Heights Fourplex. Madam Executive Director, floor is yours.
Thank you. Equitable adjustment to GHURA 24-11 rehabilitation of the Hagåtña Heights fourplex project. This is a request for an equitable adjustment for the rehabilitation of the Hagåtña Heights fourplex project. The project details, timeline, financial impacts, and recommendation are shown below. The executive summary is that GHURA's Community Development Block Grant, CDBG division, purchased a 2-story apartment building for rehabilitation on December 18th, 2023. The facility's rehabilitation scope of work successfully underwent a public bid, which was GHURA 24-11, that closed on July 2024. The lowest and best qualified bidder was Guam Evergreen Construction Corporation, awarded in the amount of $289,900. GHURA issued the Notice to Proceed, or NTP, to Evergreen on October 21st, 2024. During the contractor's permit application, the Department of Land Management, DLM, discovered that the parcel was zoned commercial rather than residential. Permit processing was suspended until zoning could be reconciled. The issue is now fully resolved, but the contractor incurred standby costs and schedule impacts while waiting. The proposed equitable adjustment compensates the contractor for documented, uncontrollable delays and allows the project to proceed without jeopardizing federal funding or affordable housing goals. So the background and timeline are as follows. So in the first month, CDBG acquired the property, construction contract was awarded through the competitive bid. And then, 0 months. And then month 1, the contractor submits permit sent to Department of Land Management. And then there was a permit hold due to zoning conflict discovered. Month 6, DLM, CDBG, and A&E division coordinate zoning map amendment/variance. The zoning will stay as commercial, and the 2 units will be rehabilitated as office, and the top floor will be residential rentals. Month 6 again, permit processing resumes. Contractor submits updated schedule and standby cost log. It was verified by the GHURA A&E staff. Current timeline, the equitable adjustment package compiled for board approval. Cause of delay was an unforeseeable conditions. Number 1, latent zoning discrepancy. Public land use maps mislabeled the parcel. Neither GHURA nor bidders could reasonably identify the error during solicitation. Number 2, regulatory suspension. DLM halted all activity until zoning aligned with intended residential use outside the contractor's control. Number 3, HUD funding constraints. Project cancellation was not a viable option as it affected existing commitments to the HTF and home grant funding agreements. The financial impact or schedule of values, the description of item. Professional service and management fees / design, permit, and others. Original value was $20,000. Proposed equitable adjustment is $25,000. The percent of the increase or decrease, in this case it's an increase, is 25%. Civil works, the original value was $120,000. The proposed equitable adjustment is to $140,500, so it's an increase of 17.1%. Building exterior works, original value is $50,000. Proposed equitable adjustment, it's still $50,000, so there's a 0% increase. Electrical works / upgrade system, original value was $17,000. Proposed equitable adjustment, it remains at $17,000 with a 0 increase or decrease. Structural repair works, the original value was $2,900. Proposed equitable adjustment is $2,000 with a 31% decrease in that amount. Renovation of 4 units interior work, original value was at $80,000. Proposed equitable adjustment is at $90,000 with at an increase of 12.5%. So the total values, the original value was $289,900. The proposed equitable adjustment shows it at $324,500 at an increase of 11.9% altogether. The government estimate for the project is $397,027.94. The revised contract sum remains below GHURA's government estimate prepared at bid solicitation. Recommendation is GHURA's A&E division recommends board approval of the equitable adjustment request from the original contract amount of $289,900 to increase by $34,600 to the final amount of $324,500. This action is cost-effective, legally sound, fair, and programmatically beneficial path forward, safeguarding federal funds and advancing GHURA's mission to provide quality, affordable housing. And if you have any questions, Mr. Sunny is there to answer them.
Thank you very much. Sunny, this takes into account already the time loss, right?
Yes, sir.
The time loss is in time loss, and obviously prices are going up, so that takes that's take into account here.
Yes, sir, it does.
And how are we with the timetable on this project? Is it just extending out by the 60 days?
Yes, sir. Whatever time land management needed to change the zoning status
Yeah.
of the project is the time that we've given our contract as well, just to keep all things fair.
Okay.
Chairman, I have a question.
Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
With the two units on the top floor being residential and the lower floors are gonna be commercial, where do they, who rents them out or who gets them? Is it does this fall under the CBD? Are we doing a community block grant on this one for the first floor, and it must be divided then since we are in housing? And do you have any plans on who's gonna be occupying the commercial?
There, Kathy's online. That's more of a program question, sir. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, Kathy's online.
Kathy?
Hello, board members, can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, so the bottom two units will be used for a public facility for the organization that is going to run the units upstairs. That would be West Care Pacific Islands. They are going to be able to then run operations out of there for the program that is directly related to the two rented units upstairs, the same population.
And that was the original intent?
The original intent to when acquiring the facility or the building was for all four units to be used as rental property for under the Housing Trust Fund program that is co-managed under the community development. This was with Home and CHTF, but the practical nature is that when we discovered that the unit was not zoned for fully multifamily, we looked to convert the bottom two, but with full understanding that we still intend to pursue that the building have a rezoning and that we are able to get it to 4 units. That would give flexibility to the organization.
Okay. But in the meantime, the West Care, which is providing the services, is also going to utilize.
Yes, and we've spoken to them. They're on board for the idea.
Okay. Question. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, can I have
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe this is for Kathleen, as far as the planning, how do you check zoning nowadays? Because I remember zoning always used to be very tricky. It was almost like you couldn't depend on any map that land management had because they were always outdated, you know what I mean? So you had to go into them directly and say, what's the zone in this?
Yes, you have found exactly what we found the weak spot was, and that is that all evidence to the contrary, and the fact that the unit had been used since it was a 4-unit apartment, small 4-unit apartment. And then in our acquisition of it, lo and behold, it was commercially zoned. So we were quite surprised at that. We've now realized the depth we have to go to try and get an appropriate zoning understanding of that property. Look, one of the other things that we were able to do when we acquired this, and we're proud of, is that we're going to be able to correct some encroachment issues that the property had with an adjoining road. Basically the egress to the deeper part of this area. And being government of Guam, we figured we'd be in a better position to work these things out with government of Guam to make sure that we're in complete compliance with the regulations. So we were surprised as all get out to find out that the zoning was never in place appropriately for that building.
So are they putting out a zoning map, digitally, or?
No, what we believed we had when we ran our own internal checks and checked with when it was the seller, nothing was in line with what the zoning truly was. And it's interesting because it does front a road. Well, there's it does technically it is on the main road. And next to it is a commercial building, but this thing has been here for ages, and it's always been a 4-unit rental in a family area, or in a residential area. So we just have to do a better job, and I'll take that one on, to investigate the zoning, even for those buildings that seem obvious.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I have a question for Mr. Sunny.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yes, Mr. Commissioner.
Do you have the address, the location on hand by any chance?
You know what? I do have a map.
Oh, do you?
And so I would show you. Let me ask Miss Audrey. Miss Audrey, can you pull up
Okay.
can you pull up that map and the building picture? If you can, please. It's in a PowerPoint that I sent.
Okay, is it the project updates or the Agana Heights fourplex?
Yeah.
Okay,
There we go. Nice. All right, very good. Go ahead and go to the second slide, please, and make it
okay.
larger there, from the beginning. Which upper left hand button. Oop, you lost. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is a picture of the actual facility, the actual building, taken from the side and taken from the front. The front's a little blurry because that came out of the whatever that MLS. Thank you. Okay, so it's a little blown up and gritty, but nonetheless. Second picture, please. Second slide, please, Miss Audrey. Whoops, no, too fast. We missed the first one. It had a map. There you go. Oh, there's a project location. This is the old Coast 360 facility, the Chapeau's office, right? And this is the building in question. Right behind it. It's kind of near us.
Okay. Perfect. I was looking for it on Google Earth, and you did one better. So thank you.
You're very welcome. So that's the kind of the location. Yeah, Old Coast 360 or the old, it's the existing Chapeau's office.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Thank you, Miss Audrey.
Any other questions? No. Okay, may I get a motion on the floor?
I will make a motion to pass equitable adjustment one, GURA -24 11. The rehabilitation of Agania Heights fourplex. The request from the original contract amount of 289,900 to increase by 34,600 to the final amount of 324,500.
So noted. Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. May I get a second?
I'll second that.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Rice, for the second. Any further discussion? All right, if none, may I call for the vote? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you very much. Motion passes unanimously for equitable adjustment number 1 for GURA -24 11. Moving on to change order number 1, GURA -25 001, the rehabilitation of Forgotten Soup Kitchen. Madam Executive Director.
Thank you. Change order number 1, IFB GURA -25 001, rehabilitation of Hagåtña Soup Kitchen. In connection with the contract dated March 27, 2025 for the rehabilitation of the Hagåtña Soup Kitchen, the following change order in accordance with Section 28 General Conditions of the Contract for Construction shall be amended to include the added changes. Provide all labor, materials, supervision, transportation, and equipment for the complete construction and installation according to the contract plans, specifications, and described scope of work for the additional items listed below. Subject to the conditions hereinafter set forth, any equitable adjustment of the contract price and the contract time is established as follows. Number 1, the addition of items are defined per the attached breakdown for the supply of materials and labor for the rehabilitation of Hagåtña Soup Kitchen, such as material and labor description. Number 1, purchase and installation of 2 additional air conditioner units, 12,000 BTU each, at $5,000. Number 2, 4 tree cuttings at $4,880. Number 3, debris and disposal at $2,500. And number 4, chain link fence repair at $3,765 for a total of $16,145. The aforementioned change and work affected thereby are subject to all contract stipulations and covenants. B, the rights of GURA are not prejudiced. C, all claims against GURA which are incidental to as consequences of the aforementioned change are satisfied. The original contract amount was $107,000. Contract notice to proceed date was June 9th, 2025. The changes approved were 0. The contract duration is 60 calendar days. The adjusted contract amount, not applicable. Contract completion date, August 7th, 2025. This change order is for $16,145, and the extension, this change order is still the original completion date of August 7th, 2025. The adjusted contract amount goes from $107,000 to $123,145. New completion date, it remains to be the original completion date of August 7th, 2025. And if you have any questions, Mr. Sunny is there to answer them, and I believe he has some photos as well.
Yes, I do. Ms. Audrey, can you go ahead and pull up the Hagåtña Heights fourplex presentation again? It's on the second part of that PowerPoint. Thank you. Go ahead and start the presentation. All right, very good. Next slide, please, Ms. Audrey. All right, okay. Again, good afternoon, commissioners. As you can see up on the screen is the location of the soup kitchen that was purchased a period of months ago. I do want to point out that there's a notch here in the building. That's important because you'll see it in the next slide, how the building is situated. But just to give you a familiarity, it's right next to Halali, okay, the Halali Shopping Center. So next slide, please, Ms. Audrey. And so this is a picture of the Hagåtña Soup Kitchen. As you can see, the notch of the building, the notch of the facility. And so on the next slide, Ms. Audrey, please, is a street view of how it's situated along with the Halali Shopping Center. Now, the place where you folks need to kind of look towards is this area right here on the left, where you see the big tree and the fence, this half fence. Well, on the next slide, it shows the tree had fallen onto the fence. It has damaged the fence, and so the fence is not ours. The property outside of the fence is GHURA's, but property within, property within the fence and the fence itself is not GHURA's. So when the tree fell down, it damaged the fence. And one more slide, please, Ms. Audrey. And so you can see how much foliage is there, and that's why you have a fence repair. There's a fence repair cost involved, and also a debris removal involved. So okay.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Not to interject.
No
Is that
problem.
falling into our property
No,
or that's falling into the other owner's property?
other owner's property.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
From ours to the.
From our perspective?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, and that's why there is tree cutting. There's a tree cutting cost, there's a debris and disposal cost, and a chain link fence repair cost.
So you're just gonna remove the whole tree and then repair
Yes.
the fence for the. Okay.
Yes, sir, that's correct. The issue with the air conditioner, when the facility was first purchased, the two air conditioners were operational. Later on, they both broke down. And so we're replacing them. We're replacing the two air conditioners so that the place can be occupied. Yes, sir.
What kind of tree is that, Sonny? I mean,
Looks
it's
like
a-
it's
it's
just
a
a-
plane tree or?
I don't know, sir.
It's like a
Sorry.
red line.
Maybe, yeah. Next, previous slide, please, Ms. Audrey.
Not an endangered,
There.
No, that just looks like a red line.
We're just adopted.
no.
We can,
We'll plant more of them.
we can plant another trees. We can call the university, Dr. Shelton, and have them
Yeah.
turn the tree trunks into,
Yeah, if it's big enough, they'll take the truck.
yes, sir.
Yeah, but if it's small, then they won't even, yeah,
That's what we did with the other project.
yeah. Yeah, they did that in my house. It's gotta be pretty big though.
We did that with a prior project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, that,
I just need a clarification, Sunny. So I'm looking at the original breakdown, in Genesis Tech. And we do have two air conditioners that were included already. So is this two additional ACs? On February 17th, it says, replace 24K BTU, right?
Mhm.
That's one AC, and then there's another one, replace a 12K BTU.
Apologies, ma'am, I did not I didn't look at it close enough. in that
Okay,
way,
so
so,
yeah,
Um,
because this has two additional, so I was just
Right.
wanting to know if it was in addition to the ones that were already included in the first breakdown.
mhm. Well, I would do it this way, so we don't hold up. My recommendation would be if you can approve items 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, but, okay.
And
hold on.
upon further investigation, if we do find that we are doubling up on item number 1, then I would recommend to strike that item, change it. So that way we don't have to revisit.
So we're not doing 4 units, we're doing just replacing the 2.
No, sir, I meant, Amy would.
Oh, that's table, yeah.
Further
Excuse
look
me.
at,
Okay.
item number 1 and confirm with the director if item 1 is it is or is not a repeat.
Sure.
Okay.
And if it is a repeat, then that will be struck out.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my recommendation. So that way we don't have to revisit. Yeah. But items 2, 3, and 4 are, or I would say those are valid. Okay.
If I may, I'm taking a look at the at that board meeting and what was in the item description. And it does say replace 24,000 BTU Sears W/H disconnect switch at $3,500. And then number 10 on that page says replace 12,000 BTU Sears with W/H disconnect switch at 2,500. And we're saying on this change order to purchase and install 2 additional air conditioners at 12,000 BTU. So I will go with your recommendation, but it seems that they're requesting 2 additional air conditioning units, not the same ones that were approved in February, but let's go ahead and confirm it and just approve the other parts, not including the air conditioning.
Or upon verification.
Upon verification. Yeah, I mean, if it was a requirement that they needed 2 more
Yeah.
in addition, then I
Okay.
would support it, but if it's a repeat, then
Yeah, because then where would the 2 additional ACs be placed?
Okay. And just for clarification, right, it says 4 tree cutting, I'm assuming it's 4 because there should be 4 trunks there. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Are they counting each
yeah, there's 3, it looks like there's 3 trunks right there. There's probably another one
in the
somewhere.
back? Okay,
In the back.
but basically this is to clear what we're seeing, that all of that
Yes, sir.
and the removal, right? Okay. And obviously, if there's somebody that would like the wood and it's not prohibited then. Okay. Okay. So with that, Commissioner Day, would you like to make a motion?
Sure.
Since we got it all clear in our head. No, you got it done.
Sure.
No, you do, that's right, let's make sure we do this right. Go for it.
I would like to make a motion to pass change order number 1, ISB GHURA -25-001, the rehabilitation of Hagatna Soup Kitchen. We are only approving item number 2, 4 tree cutting in the amount of 4,880. Debris and item number 3, debris and disposal in the amount of $2,500. And number 4, chain link fence repair in the amount of $3,765. We will come back to item number 1 if they are additional ACs that need to be purchased, or if it's the same as the original bid. Okay, is that correct?
Yeah, and the amount that we're going to approve is $11,145.
Yes.
Okay, the total amount approved is $11,145.
Very.
I'll second that.
Got a second, any further discussion? No? Hearing and seeing none, make off the vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, thank you very much. Okay. Motion passes as stated, on change order number 1 for items 2, 3, and 4 in the total amount of $11,145.
Thank you, Sonny,
Right.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Moving on to item number 6, project update. Madam Executive Director, floor is yours.
Thank you. I did ask Sunny to give us some project updates, and so I will defer to him for the project updates.
Sunny, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Audrey, one more presentation, please. Go ahead and start from the beginning. Thank you. Again, commissioners and Mr. Chair, thank you for allowing me to make this project update. This is actually the Madam Director is speaking right now. So next slide, please. Although GHURA's A&E is involved with many projects, the ones that have some notability in them are the ones up here, the GHO 21 in the department, the AMP4 above ground storm drain repairs, AMP2 basketball court rehab. We also have another basketball court over at AMP4, some mailbox additions at AMP4, GHURA 100, and concrete roof repairs at GHURA 100, which is an AMP2 now. Of course, some of these pictures I have maps, so that way you can kind of associate yourself or find a location. So the first one is the GHO 21 department. Next slide, Ms. Audrey, please. Okay. The GHO 21 unit apartment is located behind, if you're familiar with GHO and you know where KFC is up in GHO and Bubbly Tea, it is located right behind there. There's a 21 unit facility. Okay, next slide, Ms. Audrey. At the front part looks just like this.
Oh.
Now, the main idea of this facility is that this was purchased about a year and a half ago. Ms. Kathy, you can chime in as to when and how much, but the idea now is that the first and second floors are to be partially repaired so we can allow occupancy to happen, to make it livable. Now, while we were doing our assessment, we noticed that the fire suppression system was not functioning along with some of the water meters. And so now A&E put out a bid, wrote the scopes, put out a bid, got a contractor, and next slide, please, Ms. Audrey. And have almost finished the repairs on the fire suppression system, which is the top row of pictures. And we're still working on the water meters. Of course, Waterworks won't approve of our occupancy permit without the water meters also being replaced, changed out, and repaired. So this whole project, we anticipate full completion around August 1st, which is about 2 more weeks. So if about occupancy, we're looking at the first and second floors to be livable by that time. Okay. The next project is the AMP4 storm drain. Next slide, Ms. Audrey, please. There you go. So the AMP4 storm drain is located right here in the AMP4 facilities. You can even see on Google Maps that there is a brown area, because that's what we had touched and dug up. And they're located right across these apartment buildings over at Untalon Street. Yeah, Untalon Street, where AMP4 is. When you go to the next picture, Ms. Audrey, you will see how it's situated. There's the apartment buildings I was talking about, and the amount of work that's already been done. We've already covered all the big, large pipes, so it's just a matter of finished grading. Yeah, and this was supposed to correct the flooding issues that was occurring over at AMP4, and how the kids wanting to play in the open swales, and they were doing their own little water slides. And so this project covered it all up for their safety's sake, and is now about 85% complete. Depending on the weather, we're looking at a completion of about September 30th. Okay. Next slide, Ms. Audrey. AMP2 basketball court rehabilitation. This is located in Jovia. I'm sorry, I don't have a map to kind of point out where it is exactly, but it's up in Jovia and the AMP2 facilities. Okay. What it was is the fence modernization. There's also a perimeter concrete slab for erosion control, as you can see here on the 2 sides. Yeah, it's actually all around the basketball court. And the backboards were also retrofitted. Okay, so that way it can be used better. Next slide, Ms. Audrey. Okay, there is an AMP4 basketball court that's coming up right now. And we also have restrooms and a generator room that will power up the AMP4 offices. Okay, for full use during storms and emergencies. Where the original schedule was a September 15th completion, but because the generator is arriving a little later than that, there was some changes that had to be made in the schedules. But we're trying to keep them to the September 15th schedule as best as possible, at least for the basketball court area.
AMP2 is where? What
Oh,
village?
this is AMP4, man.
Oh, no, I'm,
Oh, AMP2 is Jovia,
okay, and then AMP4 is,
is Toki.
okay. You know, I need a little legend for that,
It bumps in that.
right? You're familiar with myself. Okay.
Okay, this is the generator room will house a 50 kW generator, backup generator for the office that will also help out with the washer dryer so that the staff can be fully operational during emergency. Because usually during an emergency where a lot of the community will need assistance. So that's the reason for the generator room. Okay.
So we're responsible for installing the cluster boxes also?
We have, oh, on the next slide, Ms. Audrey, please.
Wouldn't it be, yeah, I thought it would be the post office, but.
Oh, we have a, well, the idea, ma'am, is they put up a canopy. There's a canopy for it, because if you notice on the second picture, it was removed and then relocated. Now, there are going to be additional boxes that are going to be installed there. So I don't have the details for you. Just the action from they cut off the old cluster boxes and moved them over to underneath the cap.
So you're just maintaining the same cluster boxes, but just moving them.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
But it says cluster box addition,
Yeah.
so you're adding
there-
more
There's
to?
more. Yes, ma'am. There's more.
So is that us or posting?
I'm sorry, I don't know that. I can answer it for you. I will come back to you with an answer.
If I may, Sunny, the
Yes.
cluster boxes are for AMP4, but which site? Is this the elderly site?
GHURA 100 or GHURA 82?
So is it, because my understanding was that it was for the elderly site, so. I might
Mrs.
be
Gore
wrong.
Gore 82 is the elderly in Dededo. It's 82 units around the island, so yes.
Thank you.
Hence the canopy for their convenience.
Yes.
Got it.
So this is Dededo.
Yes, sir. I forget there's an AMP4 in there.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
My correction.
If you forget, then you can imagine us, sorry, sorry.
No, okay, sir. Yeah.
Mr. Sunny, sorry, excuse me.
No.
Going back to our 21 unit apartment. What's the status on the elevators in there? You know, offhand?
I don't know, sir.
Okay.
I will get back to you on that.
And then it's the second floor that we're working on, right?
Yes, sir.
That needs.
First, it's the first and second.
First and second, right?
Mhm.
What led to its current state? Offhand, if you knew, like what led to needing all the repairs and.
Oh, it just wasn't taken care of. For maintenance at the time.
At the time?
Yeah, at the time it was purchased. Right, Kathy? Miss Kathy knows a little bit more of the history than I do.
It kind of looks like gardens, actually. So I was wondering if it's the same contractor.
The building vice chair was was owned by a contractor who was using it for his workforce housing. They are all 2-bed, 1-bath units. It's a 3-story walk-up, and the first units, the low-hanging fruit, if you would, for the repair would be the first 12 units. There are 5 that have been repaired on the first floor and 7 on the second. It was acquired, if I remember, last May 2024, for 3.3. We used CDBG home and ERA monies to do so. It was owned by a contractor whose work had finished and it became available, and two bed, 1 bath units are at a choice property. We can't get enough of them for families who can flex that kind of space.
And Kathy, remind me, was there an elevator in this facility? I don't
No.
think.
No. It's a 3-story walk-up.
Yeah, we made only the first floor ADA.
A lot of cardio.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas it-
Yeah. Compliance stuff,
Mhm.
right. Thank you, Ms. Cat, appreciate you.
Welcome.
And Sonny.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome, sir. Anytime.
Any other questions?
Oh,
Commissioner?
I have one more picture.
Oh, one more thing.
One more picture, which is the concrete roof repairs over at AMP2, and that's in Jokja. I think there are about 16 of these facilities that are undergoing concrete roof repairs. We're about 80% right now. We're looking at possibly 2 more months, depending on the weather, of course. And that concludes my project update.
Is AMP2 concrete repair, is that the same one that's for the basketball rehab? Or
Basketball,
Same
yes.
area?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay.
And so these 16 units are not in commission right now, under repair?
Oh, no, sir, they're in use.
Oh, they're in use. You're just fixing, okay.
Yeah, the roof, some of them are not, the roofs aren't so bad, they're not leaking or anything, we're doing it as preventive maintenance.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for the update.
You're welcome, John.
Okay, moving on to item number 7, general discussion announcements, number 1. HR.
Here.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
Missed
Yeah.
you all. Missed you all. Good to see everyone. But thank you. Just wanted to give a courtesy update. We are mandated to evaluate the executive director. And it was the board's policy back in 2019 that you individually rate the director as well as the deputy, and then submit it directly to HR. We'll compute it. Once everyone's turned in everything, we'll come back and report to the board the overall score. So if you can be so kind to just get those in as soon as you can. Director Liz was due July 8th, and Deputy Fernando's coming up on August 22nd. Okay, so thank you. If you have any questions, we're here to provide you copies or hard copies or
You
they're
just raised that
fillable.
form? The
Okay,
fillable form, yeah.
okay.
The fillable
Yeah,
form.
the fillable form. Yes, I'll resend it after the board meeting today.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
It only goes up to
Check.
July
I
2nd.
submitted mine.
Oh, you did?
I did. I
Okay.
think you were off.
I was
Yeah.
probably jet lag. Yeah.
Check. your email. We'll resend.
Okay, okay.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, item number 2, next proposed scheduled board meeting for Tuesday, August 12th, 2025 at 12 p.m. Mark your calendars, of course, our staff here will confirm. Other than that, happy liberation, everybody. For the record, I heard that, Madam Executive Director, you were on the bus, on the roof. I heard you're waving on the roof. Is that true for the record?
I walked the entire length of the parade.
Oh, I thought you were on top of the bus. No?
So I have a question.
No,
It was
And you know,
Was it?
what's embarrassing is that our banners were made for a smaller sized bus. That's why they looked smaller than they should have been, but our bus was upsized on us at the very last minute. So, but GHURA was represented, and those of us that came walked to the entire length of the parade, and it wasn't that bad. It didn't seem that far or that long. And the weather was, nice. So yes,
But why
Just
a
watch
bus?
the,
Did I miss something? Why do we choose a bus?
okay. So in order for us to participate, well, can I explain that after?
Yeah, for sure. You know,
It's a
when
long
I was
story.
there, okay, when I was there, I was kind of shocked, but I'm like, is that really our float? So you did confirm it was our float. Okay, you can explain later.
Okay, thank you.
I just thought you were on the roof, doing backflips, but.
Maybe.
My ladder couldn't reach the roof of that bus. Pretty tall bus. I only had a 3-step ladder.
Mr. Carl?
I'm sorry, I'm done on discussion, we're still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We received this letter from Department of Housing or Development.
We will discuss that after the meeting.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other announcements? Okay, if not, hearing and seeing none, may I call motion to adjourn at 1:09 PM.
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 1:09 PM.
Thank you very much. Second?
Second.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank
Wait, I close,
you.
we go.
I think you got overruled.
Oh,
I got